Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Breeze, Breezeway Productions The Breeze, where we bring you the latest in independent films and film festival news. And we are happy to have filmmaker Jamie Meltzer here with us today, as well as Suzanne Brennan Firstenberg, to talk about their film, Not Even for a Moment Do Things Stand Still, which is currently playing at the South by Southwest Film Festival in the documentary shorts subject. So how you doing, Jamie and Suzanne?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Alex.
Well, thanks for coming on the show, and tell me a little bit about Not Even for a Moment Do Things Stand Still.
Well, it's an observational documentary. It's an immersive 15-minute film that captures the emotional response to Suzanne's installation in Washington, D.C., which was called In America Remember. It was an art installation on the National Mall where Suzanne planted almost 700, well, more than 700,000 flags to represent each person who had died from COVID. And so the film kind of follows people as they interact with the installation and pay honor to the loved ones that they've lost.
Very good. I was able to check out the film. It is definitely an emotionally impactful film, and a lot of it was just documenting people as they were going through this exhibition. So Suzanne, tell me a little bit about how this got started and how you ended up executing this display.
You know, as that death toll here in America grew so large, I, as a visual artist in Washington, D.C., knew that I could use art to help recapture the dignity of every person who'd been like compressed into a number. Because the number grew so large that it was hard to even understand. So that's why I planted 701,000 white flags on the National Mall. This was the largest public participatory art project on the National Mall since the AIDS quilt. And so I knew that it would get a lot of photographic interest. And indeed, its image will convey, it'll partner with stories of the pandemic moving forward through history. But there was magic that happened in those flags. And I needed somehow to capture that humanity of strangers comforting strangers, and just the act of dedicating a flag. And so that's why when I met Jamie, I knew I'd found the filmmaker who could use the magic of his filmmaking to capture the humanity of my art.
How did you two end up meeting?
Go ahead, Jamie.
Oh, well, we just, in a traditional way these days, we had a Zoom call and we kind of talked about the installation, and we talked about some ideas of how we might approach filming it, both to respect the privacy of people who are having a real moment, among the flags, and also be there so that we could capture the intimacy and the emotion that they were experiencing. So we went a way of not using any sort of explanation, but really just immersing people in these moments where people are dedicating flags, and leaving a lot of information out. Sometimes you don't know exactly who they're dedicating it to for a little while, and you hopefully just get more and more engaged and interested as the film goes along.
How did you find the subjects that you wanted to document? As if there was a lot of people that were going through the exhibition. How did you pinpoint who you wanted to showcase in the doc?
There were a lot of people there. The film crew, the exhibit went on for almost 3 weeks, right, Suzanne? But we were only there for 3 days, 3 really long days from sunrise to sunset. And we had 2 camera crews with each camera had a really long telephoto lens on it. So we could be positioned very far away from the people that we were filming. And we would find them at these volunteer stations where they would pick up a flag and start dedicating and writing a message on the flag. And so we knew people that were filling out flags were going to be people that would be placing those flags. And
Sure.
At that point, we would approach them and ask them if they were, if they could give us permission to film them while they placed the flag. And so it was a great way to kind of meet people before they had their moment. And then we would put a wireless lav on them so that when we're filming them from like a couple hundred feet away, we're still able to get really intimate sound of that moment and kind of be close to that moment, but again, give them their space.
Yeah, you definitely documented that. You showcased a lot of different families going through hardship and remembering loved ones, or being curious and observing it, or learning about what the whole exhibition was about. Suzanne, so when this was done, the count was at a certain number, and since then it has increased, sadly. Do you have any plans for future exhibitions in regards to this ongoing pandemic?
You know, whenever we speak to an audience, we find that there are people who've lost loved ones. I mean, I planted over 700,000 flags. If I were to do that art today, it would have increased 40%. I mean, in a few weeks, we're going to hit the million mark. And so we're in talks to create a traveling exhibition so that people around the country can still dedicate flags and interact with the art in a new way, but also they can view Jamie's film. There were 1.2 million visitors on the mall, and over 20,000 flags were personalized. And what Jamie has done is really captured the magic of that. So his film will be the centerpiece of any traveling exhibition.
Yeah, I thought that it was really great to watch, and I know some colleagues of mine have been posting and sharing word about this film, so it is making some buzz down in South by, and I'm very happy to see that. In closing, where can people go to check out more about this? Online, a website, social media, things like that, so they can get a glimpse at what this project is about?
They can connect.
So go ahead. I was going to say, well, first they can see the film still at South by because it's playing tomorrow on Thursday in person, and I think it's up through the week in digital format, so it can be seen with access to the South by Southwest online screening film festival platform. And we just last night found out that we got a special jury award. It was called the Special Jury Recognition for Visual Reflection. So it was really nice to be honored in that way. And we're, very excited that South by, featured the film, and excited that the jury, honored us with this recognition.
Good. Congrats. I know a lot of programmers have seen many COVID themed films for what's happened, and the fact that yours has stood out among the rest, showcasing it in a different light, a more impactful light, instead of doing it in a narrative way, doing it in a documentary way, just from being like a fly on the wall to see people just feel. And there was a lot of numbness during the pandemic. So to actually just portray the feeling from different people, strangers to most, but if you're a viewer, you'll be able to feel that. So obviously it resonated. In closing, is there anything you'd like to say to the South by Southwest Film Festival for the official selection and award this year?
Well, we're just honored. And Suzanne, you were going to share how people could connect with you on social media and learn more about the film too, because that's where we're kind of centering our presence.
Sure.
They can find me at S. Firstenberg or SB Firstenberg, and the film is In America Flags, and we have a website, inamericaflags.org, where people can actually go and view many of the flags that were dedicated.
Wonderful.
So thank you.
Wonderful.
To South by Southwest. This has been an incredible premiere opportunity.
Wonderful. Well, thank you again for joining me today, Jamie Meltzer and Suzanne Brennan Firstenberg, to talk about your film. So make sure to check out Not Even for a Moment Do Things Stand Still. You can check it out on the links below. And we hope that you enjoy the rest of South by Southwest. And we hope that people will go out to check out your film. So thank you again for joining us.